Welcome to my channel. This is Grace Manzi here. In the video today, I'll be showing you how to make a summer dress. It's an off-shoulder elastic summer dress, okay? Very simple DIY project, okay? You're going to enjoy making this one. All right. Before we get on into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, the wonderful comments, and just taking time watching my videos. It encourages me so much, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and God bless you. Okay, now if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, today is your day. You know what, it's free. You can just click that red subscribe button, click the bell as well, so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that are coming on this channel, okay? So let's get straight into the video. You're going to need your floral fabric, some pins, a safety pin as well, some elastic, a tape measure, a chalk, and a pair of scissors. Okay, to determine the width of the fabric that you are going to need, you use the widest part of your body measurement, okay? In my case, I'm using the hip circumference. Mine is 50, and multiply that by 1.5, I get 75, okay? So this is 75 inches that I folded in half because it won't fit on my table, okay? Right, so that's the width. And the length, this is going to be the length of my dress, this one here, okay? So you determine how long you want your dress to be, okay? Right. This is going to be the seam, the center back, okay? So before I cut out the sleeves or the armholes, I'm going to start by joining this seam here, okay? And neaten it, and then I'll show you the next step on how to cut out the armholes. Okay, so after doing the seam and overlocking it as I have done, okay, the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold the fabric in half like that. Okay, so that's basically the circumference divided by 4, because I've got 4 layers here, 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay? And this is my center back, this is the off shoulder, the part, and that is the length of my dress. Okay, now let's come to the armholes. Okay, this is our center back, so our armholes are going to be this side. Okay, make sure they are matching nicely here. Okay, right. So normally, if I was going to do a full bodice pattern, I was going to mark 8.5 inches to the chest line, okay? But I have subtracted 3.5, okay? Right, you can either do it this way, okay? 3.5 there, and then add the remainder to make 8.5 inches, okay? And then you mark where you find you get the 8.5, or you can just simply subtract 3.5 from 8.5, and I get 5. So you just measure 5 inches from the top going down here, okay? Right, and then the armhole, you can just make a curve from that end, okay? Like I'm doing here. Just draw in the armhole curve, cut it out like that, okay? So to do the sleeves, what you need is the widest part of your arm, which is the biceps, okay? I folded it in half here. You multiply that by 2, because mine is 16 times 2, I get 32. So I have 16 here, because I've folded that in half, okay? Right. And then I just go ahead. You see, this is the sleeve folded into two. I've got my two sleeves there. I put my cut armhole there over it just to match, and then cut it out like that. Okay, right, that's it. I've got my sleeves and my armholes all both done. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and sew the sleeves together and attach them to the dress, okay? It's so easy. Don't get confused, okay? So let's just go ahead and do the sleeves one at a time, okay? And then I will come back to attach it to the main dress. Now I've got my two sleeves done, okay? That one and that one. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to do overlocking here and then make an elastic casing right at the hem of the sleeves before I attach them to the dress, okay? So that's what I'm going to do now. Go ahead and hem the sleeves before I make the elastic casing. For the sleeve elastic casing, I start by folding back 1.5 inches, okay, like that, and pin around, okay, all the way 1.5 inches, okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark 1 inch, okay? Mark 1 inch there, right? All the way around, okay? So after marking 1 inch, I'm going to go ahead and make a stitching line along that 1 inch mark, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Leave 1 inch here and then make a stitching line, leaving the 1/2 inch that side, okay? Now after making that stitching line, okay, I'm going to do the second stitching line now, just along the overlocking stitch here, and I'm going to leave a gap of 1 inch in order to insert in the elastic, okay? That's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so the next thing I did was just to measure my wrist, because that's where my sleeve is going to end, okay? And then I go ahead and slip through the elastic in that casing. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing now. Now after inserting the elastic, the sleeve should look like this, okay? That's the sleeve done. Okay, I've turned it inside, right side out now, okay? So you come to your main dress, okay? This is the inside of the dress, right? Make sure to notch the midpoint here, right? With the right side facing, okay? Open the armhole, this armhole, right? This is where you notched, match it with the seam here, okay? And pin in place. Okay, so after pinning it in place, you can now go ahead and sew using 1/2 inch seam allowance and do overlocking to tidy up the seam. Go ahead, do the same with the other sleeve and attach it to the other side of the dress, okay? Okay, so after attaching the sleeves, you should have something like this. This is the center back with the seam here. That's the sleeve, and that's another sleeve here, okay? So the next thing you are going to do is to, using the same method that you used, okay, to hem the sleeve, you are going to use the same method on the off-shoulder seam here, okay? So you're going to start by folding back 1.5 inches and then sew 1.5 off from the edge and then leave the 1/2 inch for the elastic casing. And that's what I'm going to be doing now, okay? I'll show you before I insert the elastic. Okay, after the 2 lines of stitching that I've done, okay, as I've done here with the sleeves, the next thing I'm going to do now is just to insert the elastic, okay, through that casing there, all the way around. You've got to measure your off-shoulder measurement, the one you are working with just a slight pull, okay, so that it's nice and tight around your shoulders. So I'm going to insert the elastic casing, the elastic now. After inserting the elastic, it will look like that, okay? That's the off shoulder and these are the sleeves, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is just the hem, okay? And then I'll show you when it's done. I'll have to put it on. this dress you can also put it on with a belt, which you can either make with this same fabric or you can use any other ready-made belts, okay? But otherwise, that's the end of the dress, okay? I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.